Now, as a common sense conservative, I also think as Republicans, we've got to nominate someone who can win in November. And I have a lot of experience winning where it's tough to win. The 1st District of New Mexico is one of the toughest districts in the country for a Republican. And every 2 years, they have come after me. And every 2 years, we have won. This is going to be a tough year. And New Mexico is a swing state in a presidential year. We need to nominate the common sense conservative who can win in November.
The question of who can win in November is one that is beginning to clarify itself. Back about September, October, Tom Udall was about 20 points ahead of both of us. We're down to about 14 points now in the latest Rasmussen poll, and Ms. Wilson's still at 20 points. We're seeing the movement because people up north are really, they appear to be hungry for the representation that we've given in the South. We've done a good job at helping broaden the economic base to increase the jobs, and people up north are saying, can you help us here? Now you can agree or disagree with the location, but the president has taken the fight to the terrorists. The goal in Iraq is to defeat the terrorists. Anything less puts our entire freedom at risk. We will know we've finished when they quit trying to attack countries around the world.
Iraq must not be allowed to become a source of instability in the region. Now, that doesn't mean that we need to have a Jeffersonian democracy at the northern end of the Persian Gulf, nor does it mean that we have to define what Iraq's goals are for themselves. They have to seize their own dreams. Our vital national interests are quite limited, and we should pursue those vital national interests alone. And last summer was a big scare for Los Alamos. The House passed an energy and water appropriations bill that cut $500 million out of this lab and close to 3,000 jobs. Steve, you voted for an amendment that would have cut the Department of Energy even further.
This brings a very important point up. That Heather Wilson voted to defund Los Alamos labs completely. She voted against the omnibus where the funding was. We both voted against it. We both had problems in that 3,200-page bill. Because you vote against a major overriding legislation does not mean you're opposed to the components. It means that we can do better. The thing to ensure border security is basically to implement the law. That means that we should catch people who've come here illegally and send them back if they don't have some means to prove that they're here legally. I think we should have a secure border, but a friendly border. We've got families with people on both sides. I think we need technology. I think we need more people. I've continually supported more agents on the border.
Steve talks about taking committees to the border. I think we need Border Patrol agents at the border. He voted against that bill to increase the Border Patrol, and I voted in favor of it. If you're going to talk the talk, Steve, you got to walk the walk. There is widespread agreement that the world is getting warmer by about somewhere between 1 and 2 degrees over the last 100 years. Where there is still debate is how much of that warming is caused by human activity. And that, I don't think, is entirely resolved. And it's something where it has a huge impact because the policy decisions and choices you make not only may not be meaningful and have an effect on global warming, but they certainly will have a tremendous effect on our economy and our competitiveness.
And what we're suggesting is that we're going to give up our economy, that we're going to penalize American businesses, and the Chinese businesses are not going to get the same penalty. I do not want us to give up our economy on a science that scientists are not yet fully convinced and in full agreement on. I think we should be very cautious.